Hey traders, Rick here at Hit and Run Candlesticks. Hey, yesterday our pre-market video was on stocks with stops. Today's pre-market video is going to be charts with entries. So I hope you find it helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know, okay? And remember, if you like the videos, give us a thumbs up. If you think we need to make some changes or whatnot, please type below in the chat, okay? Don't forget to thumbs up. We're going to get started right now. Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you? Today's date is Thursday, July 20th, 2023. And for those who don't know, this is Rick. Good morning, Julie, Alan, JW, David, Mai, Joe, Bob. How you guys doing? Hey, JB. Glad to have everybody here. Great big good morning to you all. What a glorious day today. I really think so. Hey, a couple little house cleaning things here. Remember that today, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern, we will be having members e-learning in the combo room. It'll kick off with me, followed by Doug, followed by John. The focus, topic, we'll start off with a rounded bottom breakout. I think each one of us, but I suspect it'll cover a lot of things as well. But that's going to be one of the topics. Okay, so hope to see everybody there. And yes, it will be recorded. Okay, yes, it will be. Each one of us will record our own on our own. And we'll make them available to everybody. So let's get going here. All right, so I caught myself yesterday, being very, very careful, being very, very cautious in the market. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I found myself in this bullish wall of worry. The chart is bullish. The SPY is bullish. There's nothing bearish about the SPY whatsoever, not even remotely close. Is the SPY getting a little toppy? Sure, it could absolutely be. But that doesn't change the fact that it's still bullish. The trend is still there. So I guess this is for probably more for me than anybody, just talking it out loud, is be careful not to try to get in there and pick a top and try to outsmart the market at the top. That is a very hard thing to do. Most people fail on trying to outsmart the market when it comes to the top and outsmarting the market when it comes to the bottom. Most people fail on that. So let's just follow the trend, okay? Now, one thing we might want to do, or you might want to consider, this is a daily chart. You can see the trend is still up. Look at the hourly chart. It's still up as well based on our rules, at least my rules for my trend. That's still quite bullish. Nothing has changed. So until a faster time frame changes, I'm not going to, worry too much about the overall market turning bearish. When it turns bearish, we will be notified on the charts. It'll be clear as a bell. It'll just be like a freshly Windexed window. You'll be able to see it. So right now, the market is still looking bullish to me. Let's come over here to our T2123 indicators. This one is on the 15-minute, and this one's on the hourly. Now, these are not in real time. This is the close as of yesterday. And you can see here that let's see, get my arrow. You can see that the trend indicator is still up, doing quite well. I changed the candlesticks to a line price yesterday. Somebody just kind of made mention of a chart pattern. I thought I would change this up a little bit. And you can see that price action is still above the trend indicator as well. So 60-minute is that way. We're just still bullish, okay? All right, let's turn over to this chart here. And you can see that we've got this candle up here yesterday, and then this morning, you can see we're right in here. So what would happen if we started to pull back? Well, first thing, I still think we're bullish. The bullish trend that I'm looking at is this right here. And that is bullish until it's no longer bullish. So we could have a pullback that some people might get all bear crazed on it. And it could turn out to be super bearish and we could break down. But I think I'll wait for that to break down. Now, that doesn't mean that if the SPY starts to pull back, I just might take a SPY put in here, short some SPY as it moves down and take advantage of that price action. But overall, we are still bullish. All right, I have a problem. Oh, there it is. Thought I lost my charts I was going to look at. All right, so let's look at some charts. Yesterday, I kind of focused on charts with stops, and today I want to focus on charts with entries. So here's VSCO that is trying really hard to become a rounded bottom breakout. Now, with every chart that we want to look at, I think what we want to do, it's what I like to do, and I think it's a good thing to do, is to go back and consider how we got to the place that we're considering to buy. So when I look at a chart, I want to see somewhat of a chart pattern here. And I can see a couple of things going on. I see a nice little bottom right here, low, high, double bottom test, and we rally up. I see an inverted head and shoulders here. I see a nice little trend right here. And here we are starting, we pulled back, trying to make that little J-hook setup. So my entry on this is going to be this area here between 21, and you guys all know that the sense over here, I'm very loose about that. There's nothing super, 21.23. Wow. $20.06. Nothing about that excites me. I don't take the time to put that line someplace special. I tend to round numbers, so keep that in mind. I'm looking for just an entry in this area. Now, I get asked all the time, where do you enter? I don't enter in any special spot. You guys all know I don't look at intraday charts to find some super secret, handshake, some fancy pants intraday entry. When I'm looking at this chart here, I'm looking at to move up. So the entry, while it's important, it's not the almighty. It's not what makes you money. What makes you money is what charts do after you buy it. Think about that. What makes you money is what charts do after you buy it. Now, if you're just looking for a little bitty, well, you're right. Your entry's probably pretty darn important. I think what I'm looking for is more of a a little higher up here. So I'm going to go up here and look for some targets. We're not going to do too much on targets today. This might be a target up here, $23, but my entry's right in here, this area, okay? Let's take a look at Apple. Everybody's favorite. Everybody wants to buy Apple. Now, I realize there's a wick up here, and yep, that makes me nervous. I also see this beautiful trend, this rally, pull back right to our trend line, and then, boom, we go up. Here we're moving sideways. In my personal opinion, Apple is a buy anywhere in this area. Anywhere below 195.45 and above 190.85. Now, does that mean that you can't buy it? Let's say wrong color, green. Does it mean that you can't buy it if it breaks out there? Of course you can. Now, I'm not saying this is the stop area. That's not our focus today. That was yesterday. But the higher you buy it, you've got to consider your stop. It can't be down low. If this is, it can be, excuse me, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. You can put your stop anywhere you want. But you've just got to ask yourself, are you willing to risk that? Remember, we're here trading. Now, an investment trade, that's a different animal. We're trading. So what we want to do is we want to buy charts. In this case, we're looking at bullish. So we want when we buy charts, we want them to go up. They don't have to go up that very next day or the next day. They don't even have to go up a week from now. But what we don't want them to do is move down. That's what we don't. So right now, between 195.45, 190.85, looking for an entry. How about some Zion? Zion, this is a beautiful rounded bottom breakout. This might be one of these charts that I'm going to talk about today in the rounded bottom breakout class for members in the combo room. Don't forget that. That's all right way option, all BYOB, all hit and run candlesticks members. So you can see how here we've rallied up, we've pulled back, and we broke out. Well, doggone it, if you missed it in here, it happens. It's okay. We'll get another chance. As long as that trend, which that's pretty much my trend right there, as long as that trend holds up, we're going to look for an entry in here. So what does looking for an entry mean? Well, I don't want to buy it willy-nilly. I want the setup that I particularly like. My probably all-time favorite entry is just simply when we rally and maybe we pull back a little bit and then we get a green candle in there. That's what I'm looking for. It could be a 3/8 trap entry. It could be below the highest high in the past 5 days. Those are typically what I'm looking for. Typically an inside day of a candle, like this right here candle. If this candle right here, that's an inside day of this candle. This candle, inside day of this candle. I'm just simply looking for that pop, up, rest, and then the bulls to step in again. So right now, this could be today. This thing could start to move up today. Okay, I could buy it. That's a little stretched out maybe for me, but I could see that happening. I would prefer a day or two rest to the downside. So anything we look at might not be an absolute buy today. It could be that buy a couple days from now. The chart is looking bullish. We're just waiting for that entry. Starbucks. Yesterday, before the close, I mentioned to the members that Starbucks might be my favorite setup coming tomorrow, which is today. It's a good chart setup. There's a couple on here that I think are just as good now, but I think Starbucks is setting up very nice. Here we've got a rounded bottom breakout. We rally up. Here we pull back, couple of dojis, bullish engulf. Nice little rest just to the right of that bullish engulf. My entry area that I see is 101.20, 102.50 right in here. There'd be nothing wrong with buying that little bit of a breakout if that's what you do. But to me, that looks like the entry in there. Don't forget to set your stops, okay? Very, very important. Another thing that I want to mention too, we're looking at longs because the market is bullish. If the market stops being bullish, then these stocks will probably stop being bullish as well. So everything's got to work together. The market has got to remain bullish. These stocks have got to remain bullish. Like Starbucks, ask yourself, if you're going to put your stop in there, ask yourself where you would not be buying it. Yeah, ask yourself that. And that's pretty much about where the stop would be. Amazon here. So Amazon has popped up. We've broken out over the 500 period moving average. You can clearly see that the dots are still green, indicating our trend is still bullish. And you can see we're just moving sideways. Between 131.80, 137.45 looks like a buy to me. Now, one thing I'm going to wait for, it doesn't mean that it's the right thing to do. I want to see bulls in here. I'm not after oh man, I gotta buy it right down there, you know. I'm not after that. I want to buy the area because I'm not looking for, what was it I said? You know, I'm not looking for the I want the the I'm looking for that move, not, you know, not just a wimpy little So it's the area. Remember, what makes you money is what price does after you buy it. After you buy it. MPC, that's an awfully nice chart. I'm looking at 121.20, 123.80 for an entry area. You can see how it's been trending. Remember that a trend will stay a trend till it's no longer a trend. Sounds corny, but it's true and it's simple. A trend will stay a trend till it's no longer a trend. We've got this one setting up, a little bit of rest, a little bit of easy, you know, easy peasy in here would be nice. I'd like to see another day maybe, but hey, if it wants to move up, let it move up. That's the entry for me. AAP. AAP is coming off the bottom here. We've got this Morningstar setup. Great candle yesterday. We're showing some pretty good candle action here pre-market. Between 70, say 75 and 73.70 up here for an entry. That gives us a nice 50 period moving average target for a sweet 11%. Okay. KHC is also another chart setting up from the bottom down here. We've rallied up and just gone sideways. You've got that Morningstar signal, and here we are putting an inside day in right now. Entry between 35.80 and 36.30. MOS, and this will be the last one. This one looks a little bit deep. That's because I would kind of like this one to move back a little bit. Here we've been up. We're running into a little bit of resistance in here. I would like that to rest up a little bit. I'd like that to move back. But if something was to kick this thing off and it had to break out, okay, if I can catch it close enough, and what we would have is this move up, maybe, well, I guess close enough here. If today popped up, you'd have a doji continuation pattern here, and it would make the dotted deuce a prime target, a very prime target. So anyway, Rickster here, is there anything for the bears? The market is bullish. The market remains bullish. So nope, got nothing for the bears. I'm afraid they're going to go hungry today unless they can prove they deserve to be fed. But right now, the market is bullish. All right, everyone. Thanks. This took a little longer than I thought. I apologize. We'll see everybody at the bottom of the hour when the market opens up. And don't forget, we have member e-learning at 10 a.m. Eastern, okay? Good morning again, and we'll see everybody in a little bit.